What is good, guys, and welcome to another live. This week we are discussing relationship red flags, because I saw that blue therapy video, the one that we've been discussing on my stories and on my latest feed post, and I just thought, now is the time to get into this because I just found that discussion really interesting. Hi everyone, come in. But yeah, I remember when I first saw the clip, the first clip that I saw was when she's like, you don't even fuck me. When was the last time you fucked me? And I was like, oh, like she's going for blood, innit? Like, hotting man up. Like, you ain't slinging no dick. So when I don't really watch the show. I've seen this blue therapy thing pop up, and there is people, Twitter did their little detective shit and found out that the therapist was an actress or whatever, so we have to take it with a grain of salt. But I thought that the discussion itself was interesting, and you guys sent me some topics that you would like me to talk about. You also sent some questions in. Remember, you can also utilize the question box down in the bottom if you want to send anything. But today I want us to kind of have more of like an open discussion. Like, I want to hear your lot's thoughts. Hi darling, how you doing? I want to hear what you lot think of it. So if you haven't seen the video, basically it's this couples show called Blue Therapy on YouTube, and it's a couple called Shoma and Paul, and basically, their relationship is just a mess anyway, to be honest. They're like, Paul seems annoying, but hi Kat. Basically Shoma was saying to him, we've been together for 3 years. Like, I'm hearing booty shorts. You don't even want to touch, man. Like, you're even trying to get these cookies. She's talking about one night, like they started scheduling sex, and how, he went out to work and she like set up a massage table, cooked dinner, did rose petals, bought lingerie and all that. And then man came home, yammed the food, I went to bed. Sometimes you have to fight people for them to know what was good. But yeah, I just found that this whole thing really interesting because it's something that a lot of us kind of go through in relationships, when like the fire dies, after the love has gone, all that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk relationship like red flags in general, because obviously there are so many. Exactly, the disrespect, man, he's rude. I don't like him. And then he tried, what did he say towards the end of the interview? Something about, I'm a sapiosexual. Okay, so you can't fuck me because you find intelligence smart. What's that? I'm dumb. That's what you're saying, I'm dumb. And then, she brought up the whole thing of, well, if you're not fucking me, who you fucking, blah, blah. And, that kind of, because we've all had them kind of thoughts, like, like if your partner is not really on it, and you're like, okay, well, you can't just not be on it altogether. Like, if you ain't getting it here, you must be getting it somewhere, because ain't no way that your sex drive is just like died. Like, we are still young. But yeah, for those of you who are new here and have never seen my face before, because I know a bunch of new people have followed me, my name is Scotty Unfamous, and I am a multi-award-winning erotic fiction author and the sexfluencer, and it's my mission to help women live their best motherfucking whole life. I have worked with companies such as Love Honey and Bondara and Lello. I've been on Channel 4, Channel 5, BBC Woman's Hour, 1Extra. I've also worked with Badu. I did a blog post for them recently. You can check the link in my bio if you want to check that out. Grazia, Teen Vogue, and I also teach kids sex shit. I don't know why people let me teach kids, but they do. But yes, I hope everybody has their wine, because hey Ames, so we're gonna get into it. Okay, alright, so the first thing that you wanted me to discuss, which one should I pick first? Okay, this one came up twice. I'm going to discuss this one first. You don't wanted to discuss, you don't wanted to discuss love bombing. Now, for those of you who don't know what love bombing is, it's basically when you get into a new relationship and then, your partner, or not even like a new relationship, just like a new person you're talking to, and that they're coming and they're giving you like all the compliments, all the love, all the energy, buying you all the things, taking you all the places, like saying everything, hi darling, saying everything right, you know what I mean? Like being like the perfect person. And then what happens is, like, after they get what they want, or like after a short period of time, like they just switch up, like all that energy that they was bringing to you, like it just disappears. And so yeah, that's basically what love bombing is. It's coming in, giving like this false, I guess, like Romeo kind of fantasy man and then snatching it away once they have what they want. So have any of you been in any situations where you've been love bombed? Like you've started talking to someone and they were like so perfect, they were saying all the right things, and then, you know, once you gave up the tuntun or the whatever you giving up, like they just kind of ducked you or like ghosted you, like did some fuckery. Have I been in a situation like that? I don't think to the extremes of being love bombed. No, I don't think that I have personally, but I'd like to know if you have. You haven't, but your sister has. What was her thing like that? What was the guy's whole MO like? How was he moving? I'm trying to think. Have I seen any friends of? I don't know, because you see these, you know, these little new phrases, that these little relationship phrases, they come out like 2 years ago. It's like, oh, love bomb, gaslight, oh my god, and we're all like, yeah, he's a love bomber. But yeah, recently ghosted, said everything okay, here we go. Said everything perfect, he didn't get any, good, but just blocked me on WhatsApp for no fucking reason. He's a dickhead. This is the thing as well, like, I think as we're talking about love bombing, obviously like ghosting comes into it, because I know that we've all kind of been through that in some capacity, especially in this day and age of like swiping and all that. Ghosting is just so really, it's just so fucking rude. Like, you treat people like they're disposable. This is the thing, right? If you don't want to talk to someone no more, say it with your chest. Be like, do you know what? I was on it, but then as I got to know you, like, you're not it. You're not it for me. I'm sorry, I got the ick. Like, even if it's, well, not if it's rude, but you get what I mean? If you have a reason that you don't want to speak to me anymore, say so. Don't just duck and then just leave people hanging in the wind, because that's so fuckery. Like, and like you just block people and then they don't even know what they've done. Because this is the thing as well. I think the way that we deal with each other, especially in this day and age, you know, the whole kind of swiping culture, and, you know, we're all talking online and whatever. We treat people like we're disposable because we think that, okay, like that's the norm. You know, there's other people out there. But then you don't know how your actions are going to affect other people. Like, yeah, you may be fine with being ghosted, but for some people can really like take that shit to heart. Like, you can fuck up all their fucking confidence and shit. It's like, it's not by force that people have to be mean to each other, and yet we are. What does this comment say? All right, so lots of compliments, affection at the start. He said he loved her really early, then started switching, lots of mood swings, playing push and pull. Do you know what? Now that you're saying that, I have kind of been love bombed a little bit, but I'm going to get into that after I finish reading your comments. I feel like that's just most men's MO. Slightly. Exactly. Tell me the fucking truth. I'm a big girl. Exactly. So when I said I feel like maybe I might have been love bombed, my partner that I went out with in uni, man was just, I mean, he didn't like duck. Like, I broke up with him, but like when he first came in, like he was just saying all the right things, you know, dicking me down like God knows motherfucking what. Like every minute, just dick in my guts. Like it was just a cacophony of dicks. But yeah, and then I think once we kind of got past like a week or so, he starts moving a bit different. Like, you know, when you start to see people's true colours. But then this is exactly with what Kat said about, like, you feel like that's just most men's MO. Like, they come in and then they do all the right stuff, and then they get motherfucking comfortable. And they get comfortable too motherfucking early. Like, I remember, imagine, like, I'm at uni, right? He's there living with me in my fucking dorm room. We all know what dorm rooms are. It's one motherfucking single bed. He wasn't even sharing the sheets properly. Made me sleep on the outside of the bed. And oh, bitch, when I tell you I wanted to kick this boy in his face. And then you know when you're cooked up with someone and it's just fucking hot. Anyway, and I'm there and I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. Man never contributed to no bills. Oh my God, my early 20s. Oh my God. Yeah, like I remember one time I asked him to cook, right? And he went and he got I think I was getting him to do something very fucking basic. Like chicken. Like Uncle Ben's, you know the sweet and sour sauce, you just pour it in and thing. And he's like, yeah, I can cook. Went and picked up the chicken, he didn't even wash it. He just opened up the packet and tried to put it into the pan with no seasoning, no nothing. I just wanted to vomit. I just said, get out. I remember like one time we went raving. I'd be like paying for him to get in. Like, oh, he was just such a bum. Do you know what it is? And I heard someone talk about that. Have you not heard the term hobosexual? Like them guys that they ain't really got shit about them. There's nothing really going for them but the dick. So the dick is exceptional because that's all there is to them. Like, and then like they just don't really do nothing. Like they're just there to kind of leech off of you. I really feel like that was the energy that he was giving. But yeah, like I said, early 20s, we all make mistakes. I know better now. But yeah, so moving on from love bombing, what else did you lot want to discuss? Being gaslit and made to feel crazy for having emotions. This is exactly vomit, disgusting, man, yuck. Yeah, and being made crazy for having emotions. Now, this whole gaslighting stuff, it's like a proper like headfuck, innit? Because sometimes, you know them times, right, when you're not having a discussion, or maybe you're in some kind of argument or whatever, and you have valid fucking points. You have valid fucking points, and then they want to turn around and be like, oh, you're just being insecure. No, I'm fucking not. You did this fucking shit and I don't like it and I'm telling you about it. That doesn't make me insecure. Like, and this is not to say that sometimes, you know, we can't be in the wrong or, you know, create our own scenarios and stuff. But sometimes you have legit concerns and your partners want to come and they want to twist it and make you feel like you are mad, or like they just say stuff like, oh, well, you're crazy, man. Like, has anybody else been gaslit? And I think especially by, like, if it's like, I think sometimes like friends with benefits, I find that that's the situation it kind of happens more in, where like, obviously when you're in like a casual kind of relationship, you know, nobody really owes anybody anything. And then I remember, who was I think, okay, so this was like the blue-eyed boy from down the road, right? And when we first started seeing each other, it was just very on and popping, because obviously it's down the road. Then, as we kind of went on, because we were seeing each other for like a couple of years, like he'd start like cancelling dates that we're supposed to link up, or like, no, okay, this is the maddest time. So I think he was meant to come over to my house, because I always go to his, and I had a free yard, right? So I'm there, you know where you shave everything, bitch. I shaved everything. I put on my good clothes, my good lingerie, you know, spraying perfume, doing all that, tidied my room. I even cooked food. I said, if you're gonna chill, like, you can eat. It's not no big thing. It's not no deep emotions, but you can eat. And I sat there, bruv, and I waited for hours. I remember this boy lives down the bottom of my road and he didn't fucking turn up. So I remember I was going somewhere the next day with my brethren, and we were on our way to leave, right? And I'm walking, there's an Asda near my house, and I'm walking through the park. Do I not see him there with another fucking girl walking towards me? And then he walked right past me. So I said, it's fine, because I ain't gonna fuck with you no more if this is what we're doing. Like, you can fuck who you want, but don't fucking blank me and then come with your fuckery. So anyway, now this is the sweetest part. So obviously we haven't acknowledged each other. He calls me like 5 minutes later after just walking past me, and he's like, oh, swear down, I never even saw you, you know. But my friend was like, oh my god, is that Scotty? Basically, the girl that he was fucking was a fan of mine. And he said he didn't see me. We're the only imagine, it's me and my friend and him and the girl, and we're the only people there on the street, and he walked past me. The same girl you've been fucking for years, but you didn't see me. And he's like, oh yeah, like you tried to do some little link up, like, oh yeah, like, do you have time to come over? You know, we can hang out, she can get an autograph, blah blah. And I'm just thinking, I said, you walked past me. No, I didn't see. Yes, you did. Don't make me act like I'm a dickhead, because I know that. Do you see what I mean? Like, that's them kind of gaslighting things. Like, what are your lot situation? I know that I'm more like exposing my business. Like, this is what he did. Men are trash. Definitely, and not just in romantic relationships. Yes, that is a good point. That we don't just get gaslit in romantic relationships. It can happen with family, for any fucking relationship, your workplace. Like, yeah, give me your situation. Even with, thank you, Becca. Even with all the motherfucking receipts, people will still try to tell you you're lying. They will still try to make you feel like you are the mad one. Used to get told I was too sensitive about things. That's another thing as well that I think is very dismissive sometimes, is that whole thing about oh, you're too sensitive. Now, guaranteed, you know, people have different emotional levels, emotional needs. You know, there's different ways that people like to vent and get stuff off of their chest. But I don't feel like it's fair to invalidate how somebody feels, regardless of how they're coming to you. Because sometimes, like, I'm not like the most sensitive person, I will admit. But like I've dealt with people who have wanted to express something, but because they're quite sensitive, quite emotional, like they'll kind of off the rails. And to me, that's like, whoa, like you're doing a bit much. But that's just how they express themselves, and that's what you have to learn. And I don't think it's fair to tell someone that the way that they're feeling is incorrect, because that's their motherfucking feelings. Like you can't be, no, you don't feel that way. That's not true. That never happened. Of course it fucking did. Yeah, listen, bruv, when I tell you he asked me to come over to the house and give the girl a motherfucking autograph, I just wanted to just vomit in his face. Like, I'm not an idiot. But yeah, like, what's another one that you lot wanted to discuss? All right, so someone had a very specific one, and I want to know what you lot think of this. So, not sharing financial situations after 2 to 3 years together. Now, when you say like sharing financial situations, are you saying like, he's not showing me his bank account? I need to know how much you making, you know? Like, what is your PAYE number? Like, all that kind of shit. Your pay slips. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't think I've ever personally asked any of my partners to share their finances. Because I feel like unless I'm living with you and we pay a mortgage, unless we're sharing bills, I don't really need to know. As long as you got yourself, and when it's time you got me, that's cool. That's a conversation you should have had before getting 2 to 3 years. Okay, so this is the thing that you don't condone. You want to know how much money, how much guala they got coming in from the jump. She said, first date, how much coin do you have? My ex would have a go at me for expressing my feelings, and when I ended it, he said, how dare you leave because you aren't happy. What? Sorry, I know we'll go back to the finance thing, but what do you mean? So if you're not happy, you must stay there and suffer with him. Is that what? Listen, I think that there's this mentality that some people have, right, where they feel like love has to be struggle. Like, it has to be this big battlefield, and that's what makes it worth it, because we fought for each other. Listen, toxic relationships like that, that's not the norm. And I don't know why we've socialized ourselves to think that it is the norm. Yes, relationships are difficult and they will have their trying times, but if you are not happy with someone, it's not by force to stay. I don't need to see us through this dark time. Okay, I'm motherfucking depressed. I'm eating fucking ice cream and crying at Netflix movies. You know, you put on romance movies and see how well everybody else is loved. Watching The Notebook, like, why won't you buy me a house? But like, yeah, that's some dickhead thing. He can't be doing that about what? How dare you leave? So you're there, you're making me unhappy, and then asking me. Sorry, because you know sometimes the more that you think about the mad things that people say to you, you think, what in your head said yes, this is the correct response. Sorry. All right, so you are now talking. All right, so we're going back to the finance situation. If you plan on buying a house together, etc., you need to plan your financial future. But like, how early on do you think that you should be asking people to, like, you know, how much do you earn and all that? Like, how early is that conversation allowed? Because I know that especially like in the UK, like discussing money is like some big kind of like it's impolite. Yeah, because I've never asked anyone how much they've earned. But then I've also never tried to buy a house with nobody, so then there's that. But yeah, I get the whole stance on if you are planning a future. It's good to know, because where was it? Was it on one of them dating shows? Was it Love is Blind, or is that Married at First Sight or something? And one of them came out and was like, yeah, I'm in some mad debt. Like, I ain't got nowhere to live, I ain't got no motherfucking money, but here I am talking about let's marry each other. Which show was it? If you don't remember, let me know. If he's being cagey about his financial situations, that's a red flag, I reckon. I mean, yeah. But then I don't like, what would you describe as cagey necessarily? Like, if it's a thing where he's coming around me and he can't never afford nothing, and when I'm asking why, he's like, I'm saving or whatever, and there's never any evidence of any money, then I'm gonna be like, listen, I know I'm feminist and all that shit, but if you can't do for me, I can't do for you. Like, that's me. I don't think it's my business unless we plan to buy property together. Okay, yeah, cool. See, we're on the same page. Because he was happy, he wanted me to stay and consider his feelings more than my own. But this is the thing. How can he be happy making you unhappy? Like, if you're miserable, why is that bringing... This is the questions we need to ask ourselves. If I am miserable, why is that bringing you joy? Why are you enjoying my suffering? And why is this the thing that I need to stay for? And this is the other thing as well. If somebody wants you to stay, shouldn't they put in the fucking effort to make you stay? If I tell you I am unhappy and these are the reasons why, and you're like, okay, well, I'm happy, so... You know, that sounds like a you problem. Like, that's very mad. That's very fucking mad. Now, but if finance is a thing, then have it at the beginning, not halfway, because asking me about my finances and we ain't struggling, I'ma think what's going on and it's not your business. She said, don't suddenly ask me out the blue. Why? Why are you looking in my pockets? Mind your own. Thank you, Joanna. Rebecca is saying, I think it's about asking the right questions from the start, i.e. are you looking to buy a property, etc. Gender roles. You can work out their income by the movements. So you know, funny. She said, where is he eating? Where is he shopping? For me, so Miss Photo Fanatic says, for me, it was after a year when it was starting to get serious. See, that makes sense. You know, after a year, it's getting serious and you're thinking, yeah, okay, like, we can really settle that. That makes sense. I'm here for that. Yes. See, no, yeah, it was Love is Blind. Which girl was, it was one of the girls that was broke, innit? But she was like mad broke for no reason. She just like to shop on some dumb shit and just has zero money. Do you think that you should leave someone if they're in debt? Says ABCD. Bitch, this name ABCDEFGHA. She just said any Instagram name. But yeah, do you think you should leave someone if they're in debt? That's an interesting question. What do you lot think? Like, if your partner is in debt, would you leave or would you stay? Because I remember having a conversation about this before. And do you know what? Me personally, I think that it depends on the kind of debt that you're in. If your debt is like student loans, then fine. If you're in debt because you just don't know how to fucking handle your money, then no. And also, it depends how much debt as well. Like, because this is the thing, like, we can like, oh, I love them and they're lovely, but like when you're building a life and you're living together and you got bills to pay and stuff and shit gets real serious, it's not cute no more. It's not just about the dick or, oh my god, like, listen, struggle can kill love, you know. Struggle can kill love real quick. And if your debt is mad and you got bailiffs at my motherfucking door, the neighbors all fucking watching, hey look, they're gonna get evicted. And this is the other thing as well, when you think about like financial pressures, like if your partner is in some mad debt but then you're cool, it's like you're gonna have to take on a majority of the financial load, and when you're trying to build a life with someone, that's not what you really want. But yeah, I think it really does depend on the amount of debt and what the debt is for. Like if it was like studying, and I don't mean those people that just like to study all the time, like, you know, the people that all like 20 years after they finish uni, they're still there. Oh, I want to study to be a doctor or something. I'm getting my PhD, MA, I don't know what the fuck. Like, stop learning, okay? Just stick to motherfucking something. But yeah, let me know what you lot think about that. So Ibrogan King says, genuinely think it should be a natural conversation, but at the same time I wouldn't force it. Fair enough. Kat says, if they're asking you to pay for stuff, we're always borrowing money and won't tell you why. Oh, in terms of it being cagey. Yes. And this is my thing, yeah. If I borrow you money and you don't pay me back, I'm not lending you money again. Like, and this is, don't you not have that thing as well sometimes where like you lend people money and then you feel awkward to ask for your own money back, but then they never bring it up, but then they go shopping and say, oh my god, what makes me want to vomit. So dramatic. Somebody's Burner. All right. I wouldn't leave someone who's in debt if they're taking the necessary steps to rectify the situation. If they're happy marinating in their if they're happy marinating in their debt, then bounce. I agree with that. That's a good point. Yeah. If you have an action plan, you got 5-year plan on how you're gonna get out of this. That's something that we can work with. If you're just there chilling and you're still shopping, taking out credit cards, oh no, you are going into that hellhole by yourself. What? How long to last on? Men never listen to. We're not talking about bed. We're talking about red flags. So, okay. Ames says depends on the debt. Okay, so she's with me. Ruby Ruru says I hate to sound shallow, but yes, I'm not staying for the struggle. I'm sorry. Why are you not funny? She said I've tasted lobster and I'm not going back to tiny prawns. She said I want the Hakkasan king prawns. Don't fucking demote me, bitch. But that's another thing as well. Like when you get used to a certain lifestyle, and then if you have to like dial that down for someone, like that can also be a conflict because you know you've worked so hard and you know you've achieved all these things and now you're in a place where you can enjoy life because you know we all go through our little struggle period, you know, especially like teens, early 20s, that's a struggle period. So once you kind of get into the place where you're like, yeah, like life is good, I'm gonna go brunch, bottomless mimosas all the way, Bellinis, bitch, we popping bottles, clink clink on the yacht, and then people want you to be eating corned beef because they don't know how to handle their money. That's very mad. Fifi said if it's mad debt then nah, because they might try to scam you later. Wait, why have you not gone to some motherfucking telenovela drama? They might try to scam you later. A scandalo. But has that happened to you? Has anybody been scammed? Has anyone been scammed? That's an interesting conversation because obviously like today's conversation is about red flags in relationships. Has anybody been scammed or been in any of those kind of situations? Because I find them so fascinating and I'm very nosy. The African pescatarian says, I'd be tempted to run for the hills if it's deep debt. See? Noah says, yeah, it depends on the type and the amount of debt. Our Broken King says, the question is how are they dealing with their debt? Like irresponsible debt is not it. This guy, why does he keep... Bruv, I'm gonna just block... I always forget how to block people from this. Hide. Because you're not reading what the assignment was. Bill's Destiny's Child. Listen to it. It's true though. Can you pay my bills? ABC says if they're asking for half of the £30 supermarket bill, it's also a red flag from me. What? My ex did me dirty and I got PTSD from that boy. What was he doing? So it was £30 and he asked you to pay half. Why couldn't he just pay the £30? Was it like for the house? Like was this like a system that you lot had set up, or did you just randomly be like, hey, let's split? And like what else happened? Because you say like he did you dirty, like what was the situation there? Like the same guy that I was cussing earlier, the love bomb one, I remember, bruv, I was buying him fucking, you know sometimes when you just reflect back on your stupidness and you just think, bitch, the fuck. I was buying him fucking travel cards so he could go to work. You have a job, you make money, but I'm here paying for you to go to work. And like I said, he didn't contribute to none of my bills. I'm paying for, I remember oh my God, I went shopping. I bought him like outfits to go out in. Cause I just, you know, I like to treat my partners, you know, like if I'm cute, you need to be cute because we need to be cute together. And then what? And I just remember he just kept like asking me for stuff. And you know, because like you're with them, you think they'll pay me back, they're here, whatever. And I just kept giving him money. And then we broke up and he never paid me back a penny. Not a drop, not a dime, bitch. Do you know what he bought me? Because I remember I used to like smoke back in the day, and he's like, and he'd come with, oh, but I bought you a box of cigarettes. So all the money I've given you, and you're equating this to you bought me cigarettes. Anyway, like I said, a bitch don't smoke anymore. That's you fucking bum. What's this one? Not corned beef. No, you know, like corned beef slaps. I'm not gonna lie, but it's the struggle meal. We know it's the struggle meal. Pepperella says my ex was a replica of that Paul and tried to get me to take a loan out for him, and didn't speak to me for about 2 weeks after I said no. What the fuck? So you have fucked up your credit and you can't pay back whatever loans you've taken out or whatever money you owe. So you decided, hey, I'm gonna fuck up hers. I'm so glad you said no, bitch. But listen, you're not taking out no loan in my name. My name is not Walad. Loan for bailiffs to knock on my door about you owe us money, we're taking your TV. And then what if like you broke up and then he just nope, loan, nope, sorry, no. Alright, so Fifi says, no, I've never been scammed luckily, but I have friends whose parents and partners put their children's other half's names on bills and haven't paid. I think that's right. Do you know what, yeah? That really annoys me when financially irresponsible people take out stuff in like their kids' names or like in their... What are you doing? Sort your shit out. Get your shit together. You obviously cannot handle any more money at this moment in time. Okay? Like, I think that's I think more than people, because obviously right now we're talking about sharing financial situations. I think more than people revealing like, oh, I make this much a year, I want to know if you are financially literate. I think that's what's important. If you can make if you can stretch a pound, I was going to say a dollar, I'm not American. If you can stretch a pound or whatever, like, I want to know that you're not just going to throw away money frivolously. Or if you are throwing it away frivolously, you know that you can afford to do so. You're not just doing it willy-nilly. We don't have space for two impulse shoppers in this relationship. Okay. Pepperella says, the way that I offered to lend him it out of my student loan instead, and it was... You didn't. Your student loan, bitch? Oh, no. And was he a student as well? Because he has his own... That's very mad. Do you see how love can turn people fool? Do you see how love can turn out of your student loan? That's there for you to pay your bills. Oh my God, the 20s was such a chaotic time. We made so many mistakes. Right, so somebody's burner says, I haven't been scammed, but early on in the 11-year relationship, I unwittingly opened the door to TV license and water people and got made to pay up and set up direct debit at the door. What? TV license does direct debit? Really? I ain't never paid no motherfucking TV license. You know you go on BBC iPlayer, like, do you have a TV license? Yes! Was it my house? So no, I was living in dorms at uni. Pepperella says, even though it was the same amount, definitely wanted to ruin my life more than the money. Definitely wanted to ruin your life more than the money. What do you mean? Oh, like he wanted to just be a dickhead. This idiot never told me he didn't pay multiple bills. He had me blindsided and we were renting. You were renting a house at the time and he just... See, this is what I mean. This is when you need to know, because if you got fucking housing, you're doing like renting and shit together, that's when you need to check. I feel like that's an appropriate time to check about someone's financial situation. But well, that's fucking mad. We have bills to pay and you are in all this motherfucking debt, acting willy-nilly like everything is fine. No. The African pescatarian, okay, was scammed by an ex a few years ago. We became joint tenants on a rental flat, but he decided to stop working. He decided to stop working and all the financial responsibilities fell on me. Listen, this is when it's time to fight. This is when it's time to sell their PlayStation. This is when it's time to sell their Jordans, to sell their Gucci belt. This is when... Oh, you're not working? Okay, well, we're getting this money from somewhere. We are getting it from somewhere. Otherwise, I'm setting it on fire. Don't play with me. What do you mean? The boy had the audacity to pop up and recently and beg for a second chance. Why? This is the thing. You see how some men are shameless, yeah? Sorry. You have come into my life and you have fucked stuff up royally. And you still feel like, hey... There still must be enough love in her heart to take me back. Listen, struggle boss. Go over there and struggle by yourself. I can do bad all by myself. And I'm good without you. The fuck? No. Sorry. No. This is mad. Alright. Fuck the norm says that's mad. I would decide to stop working too. You know the ones you have to... Okay, let's both be petty. If nobody can pay the bills, then what will you do? ABCD says there was no system. He would buy mad things whilst out shopping. Xbox games. This is the thing, yeah. Sorry, like boys, you can play games at whatever age you are, yeah. But if you are in debt, right, and you're a grown man, and you know you have shit to pay off, but you're buying fucking video games. You're not even fucking like contributing to the water bill. You know, you're not buying grocery. Xbox games, so you can yell on COD with your friends, knowing that you are the broke one in the group. No shame. Sorry, that's mad. I would just have like a Galaxy cookie crumble and some crisps, and he would be like, "Can I have half?" Sorry, oh my god, I hate this for you so much. Oh, you know, leaving me bad comments. Okay, everybody's been in shittery. Okay. African pescatarian. Okay, so following on from your situation, ended up leaving him and wanting to leave the lease early, but was stuck with extra charges due to terminating the lease early, and the estate agent would accept him as a loan tenant. Wait, what? Accept him as a loan tenant? Oh, so like he just had to like pay the stuff by himself. Oh, wouldn't? Oh, okay, that's mad. What? Your sister told you? Sorry, you lot are so fucking dramatic. ABC says my sister told me I shouldn't be surprised if I ended. She wouldn't be surprised if I ended up dead, but I was blindsided in that relationship. Jesus Christ. No, it is struggle bus. It is the struggle bus. Yes, I'm so happy that you got out of that. That's fucking mad. Okay. Oh my god, how have we already lost 40 minutes? I haven't even gone through all of them. If you don't have any other red flag things that you would like me to talk about, you know, drop them in the comments or drop them in the question box. What's the next one? Okay, so this is a good one as well. Maybe a discussion on why you think we ignore red flags when they come up. This is a good motherfucking question, because we do. And I don't know why we do it, because this is the thing. It's not like at our big age we haven't seen enough red flags to know that this is going to pop up again and this is going to ruin your life. But we just like roll it like, no, they're different. Listen, a red flag is a motherfucking red flag. Yeah, so why do we ignore them when they come up? Okay, so you look like weigh in, because I know that you've seen red flags and been like, I'm legally blind. But for me personally, why have I ignored them? Do you know what my thing is, right? And I know it's like a bit like naive, but I try to see like the best in people. I don't want to believe the worst in them. I just think like, you know, just give them a chance. You know, this thing that you're thinking, it may just be in your head, or maybe this won't turn out to anything. Maybe it's just bloop, it's just one little bloop on the clean sheet. And then it comes up again. And you know, it's only a second time. It's nothing until it gets to a point where like this is who this person is. So I think my most okay, I've spoken about the uni guy too much. Should I just I'm gonna cuss him again, because he was the worst relationship of my life. So this is the same one that I was talking about, was the one that was trying to live in my house and wasn't buying nothing. So I remember one time we were chilling in my friend's room next door to mine, right? And for some reason he was on Facebook. Listen, he was on Facebook, right? And for some reason he was going through like his rave photos, because remember back in the day you used to take every single photo in the rave and then just upload the entire thing to Facebook. And then he's like showing me him like dancing with all these different girls, whatever, because he's from like the soca scene, so they're always winding up on somebody. Dancing with all these different girls, whatever, like all like reminiscing in front of my face. Now me, I'm not gonna go and I'm petty. Okay, this is what we're doing. You're here in my friend's room. Everybody knows that you are with me and you wanna be doing show and tell with other bitches. Okay. So I decided to go on my Facebook. And I was going through my rave photos. And then in one of the photos, in one of the photos that he went through, I was dancing with his brethren. I knew it was his friend. Okay, but this was before we got together. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember that night. And then I just remember like out of the blue, like he grabbed, like, he's like, oh, my friend, you have to take that down. Like he started like calling me a hoe. in front of my friends, and he grabbed my hand and he slapped me on the back of my hand. And we all just kind of stopped and like looked, and I thought, the fuck is that? So I got mad and I've left the room now. And then one of my friends are coming like, bruv, you need to get rid of this guy, because what was that? Why is he slapping your hand? But obviously I'm thinking it's just like a slap on the hand, like I'm not like injured or whatever, didn't see anything into it. Bruv, I should have paid attention to that motherfucking red flag, because a couple of weeks later, yeah, a madness, very abusive. Obviously that's a very extreme version of it, but yeah, other ones, more relatable, more casual ones. You know, you see people and you kind of know how they are, and you always seem to think that you will be exceptions to the rules. Like, oh, they're doing that to them, but they would never do it to me. And I think that's the most kind of fucked up red flags, where you see them doing it to other people, but then you've decided that you're the most special unicorn princess in the universe. And then you're so different, and you're going to get treated so specially, and then it comes down to it and you get played the same way, bitch. So let's see what you lot are saying now. Okay, here we go. Because you're not so fucking blunt. I'm like, why do we ignore red flags? She said, Ruru said, because the dick will be good. And doesn't that annoy you? Like, you know, when you really think, because that's many of us have been in that situation, doesn't that fucking annoy you? Where you let stuff slide because they was in your guts correctly. They was in your guts correctly. They was giving you orgasms. They was putting their mouth on places. They was doing the shit. And you was like, wow, I've never been fucked like this in my life. And you just there letting him drive your fucking car and shit. It's fine. Do what you want. He ain't got no license. I don't care. Sex, it's mad how sex can actually like fuck up your mind and let you kind of decide to just do what you want. The world is your oyster. I think Fuck the Norm says, I think red flags are ignored because we want to make sure it's a red flag 100 times. Drag me! No, but it's really true. It's really true. Like, we want it to just be like a little slip up, like, oh, it's one off, and then we'll keep doing it. What happened again? This is nothing, and it really fucking is. Fifi says, because you know they can be good. They've shown you that, and you hope for it to come back. Yes. I don't know. I'm just sitting here like I had a revelation. Yes, but no, but it's fucking true, isn't it? You know, you see people's good side, and you just kind of you want to overlook the bad stuff because the good stuff is worth it. And you know, sometimes it is. Sometimes. But still, like, we really need to check these, and I'm saying this to you lot, I am also a fuck up in this area, but like, we really need to check these things when they come to our attention and not just letting stuff slide. But you know what, it feels like when you check stuff, and especially when it's small, it feels like, you know, oh, I'm being aggressive, or I'm doing too much. Do you get what I mean? And you don't want to feel like you're the bitch that's doing too much. You just, nah, I'm not like other girls. I'm a cool girl. I'm a cool mom. Like them kind of things. Kat says, we always think we can change them or they will be different for us. Yes. Yeah, oh my god, guys, you are triggering me. I want to chuck this water out of the glass and put wine in it because I'm now stressed. I'm not in these situations right now, but I'm stressed. But it's true, like, why do we do that? Why? I mean, I think that I personally have learned now, like, you can't change people. Like, that's who they are is who they are. You need to decide if you like it or not. But no, that is so true. Like, we always think that, oh, well, it's early days, you know, I can get him to do this, or I can get her to do that, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's fine. Or, you know, I'm bringing this to the table. You know, why wouldn't they change for me? I'm exceptional. We're so up our own fucking asses. We all have main character syndrome. It's fine. So what the Norm saying, or some just don't, and that's a red flag for them. So what is that? You said something earlier, and that was in conjunction with, I think red flags are ignored because we want to make sure it's 100%, or some just don't. Oh, like they don't have red flags at all. See, that one's funny, right? Because it's like, you meet someone and it's like, you're perfect, and then, because I did this, so I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, you've been ticking all the boxes, but what's wrong with you? There's something wrong with you, and I must find it. But sometimes that there's nothing wrong with people, but sometimes some people just don't have any like major thing, and then we go seeking for it and then actually end up like creating an issue and creating a red flag for them. But no, it's true. Sometimes when some people like are too perfect, because I think it's because we know that as humans we are flawed creatures. And then also, you know, we go through life and experiences and people always end up showing their ass. So when people aren't showing their ass, it's like, no, you're hiding something. And it's like a sort of trauma response, you know, like everybody else is fucked up, so why aren't you? So it's a bit to do with us as well. I felt like that was a bit like, I should be a psychologist. No, I'm joking, I shouldn't. We ignore because we like to think we can change them and have that time at the wedding. We've been together through everything together, through all the hard times. We've been through our ups and downs, and it'd be like, he cheated on you. But our ups and downs, oh my God. Oh no, sorry, I'm really not here for struggle love anymore. Struggle love has to dead. Somebody, Spanner, said, I blame childhood trauma for ignoring red flags. Currently ignoring some crimson flags. Well, I keep telling myself this guy is a fool now, so it doesn't matter. Isn't that another thing as well? Like, this is what I'm saying about the whole like casual relationship thing. It's like, oh well, you know, it's just whatever. It's not going to amount to nothing, so I don't care. It's fine. They can do whatever. But do you know what it is? When you really deep it, regardless of if a relationship is an official thing or not, that doesn't mean that people shouldn't treat you with respect. Do you get what I mean? Like, they shouldn't just get off scot-free because, oh, we're not official. No, I'm still a motherfucking person, okay? Come correctly. I agree. Childhood trauma, daddy issues, mummy issues also play a massive part. Yes. Yes. Yeah, we're going to have to get into that one another day because I have a lot of opinions about that bitch and we are almost out of time. For every red flags, there's 10 possible explanations or excuses for it. Yes. Very much that. Yes, special, because we do think that we're special unicorn princesses. Sometimes our self-esteem is so low that we don't think we can do any better. That's the... Listen, you are talking, because you know that's true actually. Like, even if we rate ourselves very fucking highly, sometimes, like, yeah. So I'm probably thinking, you lot got me thinking and shit. But yeah, it's that whole thing of like, oh, can't do any better, especially like as you get older, like, oh, it's so long to date. I think that's also the part of it. It's long to find somebody new. Better the devil you know. But yeah, we put up with some stuff because we believe that, oh, like, this is just it. This is how I get treated, or like, this is what relationships are supposed to be. I think that's a big one as well. Like, just the assumption that, you know, there's supposed to be these shitty things that come along with relationships, so we just need to accept it as part of the process. And it's like, no, we don't. But I want to get into that deeper. That's a good point. You lot are so get the fucking wine. I've got the wine here, but I'm trying to hydrate. Fuck the norm says, sorry, I meant that some people don't understand what the red flag is at the time. Okay, cool. What time is it? Because I need to... Okay, we've got about 9 minutes left. Okay, so one of you lot dropped something in my question box. Advice on differentiating red flags and when being too... Advice on differentiating red flags and when being too bougie. Struggling with this right now. Okay. Here's the thing about... Are you talking about like you being bougie? Because I want to like tap on that first. It's okay to be bougie. Listen, as long as you can motherfucking maintain your bouginess, you can be as motherfucking bougie as you like, bitch. Okay, it's your money. You worked for it. You need to do what you need to do for you. And I think if other people, you know, find it a problem that you're bougie, then they're just not vibrating at the same level as you, and that person is just not for you. If you're a bougie bitch, maybe you need a bougie man or a bougie girl or bougie them. Do you get what I mean? But in terms of differentiating red flags, because there's so many of them. Like, okay, so like red flags, I think somebody that is, not that they're not always available, but like they're only available when it's convenient for them and not for you, or like if they make plans with you or whatever, they just kind of blow it off. But when it's their plans, they have to take it the most seriously. I think that's definitely a red flag. People that don't really like I think if you get serious with them and you're not really around their people, I mean, maybe something that we can equate it to in this day and age is, you know, they don't post you on Instagram. We all know how I feel about that, but anyway, like, to some people, that's the thing. Like, why are you hiding me? Do you have a whole second family? Do you have a wife and kids somewhere? How many girlfriends you got? What are the red flags, guys? What are the red flags that you have encountered, like, during your time going into relationships? I think, oh, you know, when they start acting like funny on their phone, like every time they have a phone conversation, like they have to like leave the room, or like, not that you like have to look in their phone, but like if they have their phone, like they're always angling it away and hiding it. I think that's a red flag, because what are you hiding? First of all, I don't want to read your conversation, but now that you're hiding it, I'm interested. What's another thing? What are more red flags? They don't pay for stuff ever. Yes. If they never pay for anything, and I'm one of those women that I believe that, you know, we should both pay for each other. Like, if you do for me, I'm gonna do for you. Like, that's the way that my thing goes. But like, if I'm always the one opening my wallet and yours is always, or it's always empty, why are you here? Because you're not adding anything to my life. You are taking. You are a leech. Whole instance when their phone is face down. Yes. Why can your phone never see the light of day? What is gonna pop up that you don't want me to see? Now we're all here sounding all insecure. What are you hiding? They try and distance you from your friends and family. Yes. Oh my God, that is such a good one, Ruby. Yes. When they try to distance you from your people, I think that is the biggest red flag. I don't think anything good ever comes out of it. If we are in a relationship and this is like a real thing, you need to, like, I'm not saying that you need to be like up and under my friends and family, but you need to be able to speak to them, have conversations. Understandably, you know, everyone's family is different and blah blah, but you get what I mean. Like, it shouldn't be a thing of like, oh, I don't want you going out with those friends because they're hoes, they're bad influences, or, you know, what's another thing, like, kind of like, I don't know, just like moving you bare far away from everyone. Like, everybody that you encounter aside from them is a problem in some way, and they're ruining our relationship. Look at what you let them do to us. I think that is huge red flag. Any person that tries to isolate you from your people is a problem. Okay, I don't give a fuck, because normal people don't want that for you. People that just want you all to themselves, very fucking mad. Won't let you meet his family. Yep, definitely. What? Pepperella, you in some situations, bitch. What's this? Wouldn't tell me his surname because he reckons he had 3 and hadn't decided on a main one yet. He was 26. I love how you've added the age. He was, what? You have 3 surnames and you haven't decided on one. So I can't. So when you apply for jobs, or when you are going to school, what was your surname then? What you was like, oh, I'm just my first name and you just have to call me that because I haven't decided. This is the thing as well sometimes. They tell you shit. And they expect it to sound like it's actual sense. And it's not fucking sense. What do you mean? The more I'm thinking about this, what do you mean? And I don't know if like people still do this, but I remember like when I was younger, like back in the day, like 14, whatever, and you know, going on Black Chat or whatever, you'd meet people and then they make up fake names. What do you think that your name means to me? Oh, my name, because I remember like I had a boyfriend when I was 14, and this is the thing, I didn't even meet him online either. He was going out with one of my friends at the time. No, his friend was going out with one of my friends at the time, and they had met on Black Chat or something like that, or So Solid Chat, I can't remember. And he had told her that his name was Aaron. His name was Daniel, but he told her that his name was Aaron. So they were linking up, and you know when you used to like link back in the day, you go with your friend just to make sure they don't die or anything. So, and then he brought his friend along. So I'm not coming there to meet you or whatever. We're just here for them two to get together, and we're doing wingman, we're doing wingwoman, wing team, Top Gun. And he told me that his name was Jason. So I was like, okay. I'm Shakira, because who the fuck. And then like we got to know each other. We started dating, And I remember one day that we hung out with his friends, and one of his boys turned to me, he's like, "You know, that's not his name, innit?" And I said, "What do you mean?" Like, and told me the boy's real name, and I thought, why did you lie? I mean, like, he wasn't an arsehole or anything. Like, he was fine. He was just doing follow back with his friend. But that was dumb. Oh my God, we've got like 2 minutes left. Okay, let me see what else you are saying before we... If they believe everyone else's problem... Well, they believe it's in everyone else's problem if everyone hates them. There's definitely a reason. Yes, listen, if all your friends and your family don't like this person, there's something wrong with them. Alright, so what I'm going to do... It's the most stupidest of lies for me. Yes, if it says their heads up. Who the fuck was he? Exactly. I was trying to think of a celebrity. I have one name. I bet if you call the police, they know his surname. Oh my God, you lot are so funny tonight. Oh, you know that black chat fucked the norm. Listen, it was levels. But yeah, I'm going to say this because obviously we've run out of time. But obviously we're in Masturbation May, and next week is the last week or the last Sunday of Masturbation May, and I'm going to be doing a giveaway because I got so many fucking sex toys in this house and I cannot use them all. So yeah, next week, I don't know what the topic's going to be. We can figure that out later, but I'm just going to be doing a giveaway on my IG live. But thank you guys so much for rocking with me tonight. This is a fun discussion. I exposed a lot of my business. It's fine. You exposed a lot of yours too. Community. But yes, yeah, I'm going to see you guys next week. I don't know what I was trying to sign off with. Join me next week. I'm going to give away some sex toys. It's going to be fun. Okay? And I hope you all enjoyed the rest of your Sunday. I'm about to put some wine in this glass and enjoy myself. But yeah, I love you guys. This was so much fun. Okay?